Right, I assume we are live. Let me just turn the volume down, and hopefully people can see me. Hopefully people can see me anyway. I know what it's like. How is everyone this evening? Just wait for the chat to get some people in. I think there's a few seconds delay anyway. Let's get my coat off, I think. Right, let's remove this. And let's have a look, shall we? If I can just adjust this camera angle down a little bit. And we should have a few people. Hi, Sprue and Glue, hope you're well. I'm just going to shut the door. It's a bit cold down here in Devon. So, anyways, so last night we got to the point where I had glued the fuselage together with and put some tape on it. As you can see, it's glued well together. Really happy with it. And we put the wings together. Now, as you can see, I was a bit, I didn't want to do a live stream while I was doing it because I was a bit, you know, I just jumped on and grabbed the models, and I did do a little bit of sanding on this. Now, what I use, I'm a big fan of the Mr. Dissolve putty. So what I did, I brushed it on here, and I let it set for about, oh, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours, and then I had a go at sanding it down with the sanding sticks, and then I noticed there were some more gaps, so I added some more. I've left that to dry as well. Also on the wings, I put the putty down, and it's going to need some more putty in here, but I just started sanding this down just to try and get rid of the lines. But unfortunately, it's kind of sunk, as you can see a little bit. It's kind of sunk in there, so it's going to need a bit of a build up. I'm not going to go massive on this because it's a vintage classic, and I'm not really that arsed about the underneath so much as the finish, as long as the top's looking pretty good. I'm still umming and ahhing whether to have the gearing down or the gearing up. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet, but we'll cross that bridge. But yeah, I'm going to sand this down, and then I'll probably be putting some more putty on and letting that to dry. So that's where we're at to with this. Just looking on the chat. So Sprue and Glue, hi, nice to see you. John Alec. John, can you message me? My email is in the about section. Let me know how many subscribers you got, because I may add you to a special group of YouTubers who Sprue and Glue are members of as well. Eddie Birdie, nice to see you. Stuart Scale Models, good evening. I have this kit in my stash. We'll be sourcing decals for the prototype, and we'll build it as such. Yeah, well, what have you got? This one here. Is this the decal sheet you're on about? The original? Is that what you're after? Because if you can get it, it's a good piece. But I think the kit's only about 12-13 quid in it. I don't think the kit's that expensive. But, you know, there's other ways you can do it. You can either just spray it on the blue or paint on the blue stripe, or you can use the decals. I'm going to use the decals because I think it gives a fair representation of the model if you use the decals, personally. Intruder 66, hello to you. Yoso, is that Yosi? Yoso, Plastic Models, nice to see you. Stuart's, good evening. Intruder 66, hello. William Thomas, hello. And I think Johan, nice to see you too, my friend. And Island RC Duke, good man he is. If you're into your radio control stuff, go and check out that channel. I got a message today saying, as I was talking about last night, about there's you can give thanks button, which is like a heart with a plus on it. If you can see that underneath where it will say like report or like, dislike, like, you know, etc. If you've got that little heart with the cross link, you let me know, because if it has, it's actually worked this time. And that's just a button really, so if people want to watch any of my videos and want to donate to the channel, like I say, I don't make an income from the channel, but I use the money that comes from advertising and other things just to buy tools and to buy new models that I tend to review and build. So there you go. I don't see a heart, that's absolutely fine. There should be like a heart at the bottom. It will say like, dislike, but I have switched it on, so hopefully it will come on soon. Stuart says, no, not the BOAC scheme, which was used as a publicity shot on the actual aircraft. I built it in the aftermarket prototype decal scheme. Brilliant. Well, once you do it, mate, send me a picture. I love to see everybody's models. And if you want, if you send me lots of pictures, I'll even do a subscriber showcase and do a video on people's models as a thank you, really. And if you have got a YouTube channel and you want to do that, I'm happy to do a subscriber showcase and then link back to your channel. Right, so going back, I'm just going to put it to one side because I've had a little crack at these today because I was a bit bored. But I'm going to just carry on. There's going to be a lot of sanding in this video, so I do apologise if you get bored. But sanding is all part and parcel of scale modelling. Yes, people ask me, I am using Flory Models, Flory sanders they're called. You can get them, you know, or you can get similar types of sanding sticks from your local health and beauty shop. So if the wife goes in and gets her nails done, just ask them where they get their sanding sticks from and buy them off them. Anyways, right, so where are we to? We're going to grab this little one here, a little wipe on the leg, and then just start sanding this back. So yeah, you're going to see a lot of sanding tonight, so I just want to there was quite a big gap here, if you remember, where it come off the gate, off the sprue gate. Yeah. So it had quite a big gap. This has had 2 coats of that filler or that dissolved putty, and I know I could have done it in one using perfect plastic, but I just felt I do enjoy using the this dissolved putty. I think it's a good thing to get. I've had this now for years. You can see by the age of it, so you don't use a lot of it. And I've had this, I can't, you know, you can tell by the design, it must be 10-year-old minimum, a bit more than that. Does this kit have those early Airfix rivets? No, there are no rivets on this. It's just raised panel lines on this kit. Okay, just raised panel lines. So I think that's gonna be enough underneath here. I think it's pretty much sanded back. As far back as I'm willing to let it go. I did, you can see there, I did go round and I used the, because of the curve, I did use the flexi file on this, and I have got it up to a pretty good finish, which I was quite happy with. You can see there's a little bit of filler there where that was where the major gap was, but it has sanded down quite nicely. Pretty happy with that, to be honest. I'm not going to do much more on there. Let's get a little knife here and just take off some of this dust. There you go, get some of this dust here. What I'll do is I'll give this a good wipe down with some IPA before I finish off. So there's another bit here that needs a good bit of sanding. Whoops. So we'll just go over this. I'm using quite a coarse sanding stick for this job because it does take a while for the filler to rub down. But once it's pretty much finished with, it is a pretty good finish. Then what I then do is I've got this one here, which has got, I'm just going to wipe on my leg. This one here has got a bit more of a more grit, so it's more like a, what can we say? It's more of a, I think it's like 120, 100, 1,200 finish, or like an 800 finish, something like that, 1,000 finish, just to give it a good clean up. And there you go. That's the underside done, I think. Just give this a bit of a rub again. See, this will be perfect for a good key for the acrylic to go down. But I am going to give this a primer as well. And you can see, there you go, not a bad little finish there. You can see the plaster there, that's quite flat, to be honest. There's a little bit of a ridge there. A couple of circles. You know, also on the front here, I used the flexi file again, went over it, and you can just see a little bit of filler, a little bit of the putty in there, but that sanded down really nice. Around the doors, I put it around there, that's come up really nice. On both sides, pretty well flat now. But yeah, pretty happy with that. I'll give that a wipe down with some IPA. I will just quickly go over the cockpit. Sorry, the nose with this one. Is that right? That's right. And just give it a bit of a buff. Just see, make sure that everything's looking pretty good. Other side. And there you go. Yes, that's the underside all sanded. Whoops! I just caught the camera then. Do apologise. So go back to the chat. I don't have a heart with a plus. No worries, it should be coming up soon. Does this kit? No, it doesn't. Hi, Mrs. VSN C09. Nice to see you. Peregrine Tokes, good evening to you, sir. Jenny Murray, what filler do you use? I actually, whoops, let me just put the camera straight again. I've hit the camera. So, I use this. I do have another good plastic putty is the Vallejo, okay? And obviously I use Deluxe Perfect Plastic Putty too. I'm a big fan of this brand. So yeah, so that's what I use. I use this dissolved putty, and it's like a liquid. It's very, very, very useful. Just take it off so you can have a good look. But that's what I use. Give it a really good shake in the Hataka Laka Shaka, and it's almost, it's like a liquid putty really. So yeah, it's good, but it's called Mr. Dissolved Putty by Mr. Colour, if that helps you. So you can see by the age of it, I think at the time I think it was like 10 12 years ago I got this bottle. It's pretty old, and I don't think I even got it. I didn't, you know, because back in the, I think it was like buying it from online about 12 years ago, but it wasn't like that. I think I had to go and pick it up from somewhere. They had it imported from Japan or wherever it was. It's all in Chinese writing. There's nothing English on this at all. But yeah, that's what I use, and I've had it for many, many years. But yeah, so that's that. Right, so this is looking pretty well done. Model minutes. That is coming on quite nicely. Yes. It's coming together. It doesn't quite look like a Concorde. The nose looks weird. If you see what a Concorde is with the nose, it just looks very strange. and the fit's a little bit off, so I'm going to have to sand this all down here. You can see the mask will survive this side, but I just caught it with my finger and it came off, so it wasn't so thick. So I'm gonna have to, I'll tape around it and then I'll put the mask back down and then pick up the tape. So let's get covered again. Though I don't think you're going to see much of the window once you put the decal on, because the decal is solid. The decal is completely solid, so we'll see. We'll see how we get on with that. But yeah, it's coming on quite well. Sprue and Glue, Mozzie, just for the info, that kit never turned up. What kit was that, mate? Explain to me. Which kit? Did I offer you a kit and I never sent it? Because if I did, I think it was because I didn't have your address. I lost your address. Let me know. Because I sent one to Nomad Productions 2 months ago and he still hasn't got it yet, apparently. So he's not telling me he's got it. So going to Canada, that was. So in Trailer 66, my father used to service the Concorde at Miami International Airport. That model doesn't have the front beak. No, it's a very strange design, but this is the prototype. So they probably designed the kit or built the kit from the drawings. But yeah, so we're here now to this point here, and what I'm going to do is there's a little trick. Okay, so you get yourself a marker pen like a Sharpie. Get a marker pen like a Sharpie. Now you can see there's a ridge there, can't you? So the idea is that you want to get rid of that ridge, but you don't want to go down too far. So what you do is you get a marker pen and you go up to the ridge and you put a black mark all the way along that ridge. Okay, you can see, but well, bollocks, look at that. So it's sand out anyway. So you put a mark on the ridge. God, I've done it again. So you put a mark on the ridge. Now, Spencer Pollard showed me this. He's brilliant, really good modeler. And the idea is that once you put a black mark on it, you can then, you rub it out and you know you've got to the level because the lower black mark will start to disappear. So get the flexi file out and you start rubbing. And you can see that the top bit's gone, but there's still a black mark there because you haven't hit underside. So when that black mark disappears, there goes the camera. So when that black mark disappears, you know that you should be dead flat. That's the idea. So all you do is taking off the top edge. And because you're using a flexi file and you've got that bend, because you push it towards your fingers, or just by pressure alone, it bends the tape, the sanding, I call it sanding tape. And you start taking off that edge. You see now, you can see that's actually really getting there. I can feel that. It's actually coming on. That's actually coming down. You can feel that it's almost straight there. So then you get your not so rough, this one here. Let's go over it. And then you can see that's nigh on perfect. Now, I've got to the point now, I'm going to have to, when I get it down to this, there's definitely a very, very tiny join there, which I will put some filler in, and that will then cover up the rest of the black. So that's basically how it works. It's a really good little tip. So you want to get that edge down. So you start the back, I'll start the back now. Let's get closer. There you go. And just sand it forwards and back with the flexi file. And so the idea is that the black will disappear once it's level. Anything else you can just doesn't take a lot, does it? To sand these down. There you go, start moving on now. See, that is actually gone. You see that? It's actually the little lip is gone. Go over it with the, just to finish it off. Can you see that now? The ridge is gone. And then again, there's the ridge, so you can feel the ridge there. But when you go over here, it's gone. Just use, see, smooth across, and you hit there, stop. Around it goes, no problem. Hit there, stop. And that's what you got to do all the way down this fuselage to get it looking round at the top. Take the edge off here. And just do it in stages so you don't go too deep. Not Coronation Street there, Matt. Have you got a premiere going on in the next couple of days, Matt? I saw an advert come up this morning on my YouTube. I haven't seen the video yet. So I was out working today. Just if you got a video, let me know and I'll go and watch it when I finish doing this live stream. You see the black's gone? But what's left is that little groove. Get the old sanding stick, finish it off. Not bad at all. Tiny bit in there, but the finishing's pretty good. Yeah, just that tiny bit there, isn't it? I think I might need a little bit of filler in that bit. What we'll do is get the sanding pad. Pick these up on eBay, £2 for 3 or 4. Get that shine. There you go. Look at that. Quite happy with that finishing. 9 PM. Started a new kit, review of a new 3D printer. Another new one. What's going on, Matt? How come you're getting all these? I forgot you're 20,000 subscribers now, aren't you? So that's that bit done. So that's pretty well rounded. And then we move down to the next stage. Start with the flexi file. quite deep, this actually. You can see it keeps the cameras keeps the curve quite well using these flexi files. But yeah, so to help you judge it, use a black marker pen, like a Sharpie. And you can see there's hardly any. You can see the join's basically gone now. It does take quite a bit of sanding. So what I tend to do is put the telly on, because I think sanding is one of the most painful things about fucking modelling, isn't it? It's quite painful. You know, you're sanding 1/16 of an inch off stuff, and you know, and millimeters, but it takes time because you've got to go through the grades as well to get the finish that you want. I think you can see the black in this because it's quite a deep groove there. But the more you sand, the more it disappears. But you want to try and keep that curvature of the actual model as best you can. The flexi file. Yes, the flexi file. You can always buy new kit. There's always something that you can buy. Right, you see that? It's nice and rounded. There's a little bit there because I think that black there is where I'm going to have to use a little bit of filler in there. I don't know, I'm just rubbing it down to see how far down it goes. It is coming off slowly. So there. Oh, there's a bit of a ridge there still, isn't there? Bugger. Just a very, very slight. Let me just check. Oh no, it isn't. It's me. I'm imagining it. You're imagining the roof. But see what I mean? It's really coming together now. This. What paints do I use? I use everything and anything. I've got, believe it or not, I've got the whole range of Tamiya. I've got Humbrol. I've got Vallejo. I've got Hitaka. I'm very fortunate that I buy ranges of paints. I don't just buy one, I buy a range. So I've got the whole Vallejo range. If I could tip up my camera enough, I've got you can see in the back there, that's all my Tamiya range there. And also the other side of the room, I've got a whole range. I've got the other LP range. So I've got the complete range of the X, the XF, and the LP, which is the lacquer paints from Tamiya. And I tend to use the Tamiya paints for for the lacquer paints more for the cars. I use Vallejo and I love Hitaka. I've really fallen in love with Hitaka. The Hitaka acrylic, and I mix that with Tamiya X20. I don't use the Hitaka thinners, I use the X20. I think X20 is for everyone. It's a brilliant piece, brilliant thinner. Well, I'm going to have to leave this because I think I'm going down too much now. So I think the black got into like a little bit of a groove there. But that is smooth as a baby's bottom. It really is. Let's have a look, shall we? Just going down through options on Revel paint, especially red, white. Yeah, aqua, good paint. Can't knock it. It's a good paint, that aqua. In fact, I've got which ones is I've got dark earth somewhere, and I think this dark earth is one of the best dark earths. That's a Revel aqua. It's a good one, that one. Humbrol 34. That's more white. Sorry, I see what you mean. Revel white. Is it 19? Is that right? No, is it 19? What's Revel white again? What's Humbrol white? Humbrol do a really good spray can white. But use the Tamiya. Tamiya. Try and find it now. Is it X? Try and find it. Tamiya do a really good white. What's it called? Is it XF? Flat XF2 is a good white. And is it 13? There's another Tamiya as well, which is a good one as well. P38J Lightning, that's a good little kit, that. Here in Maryland, just as I thought there was no more kit I could buy, more shows me the flexi file. Yeah, I think it's too thick and gloopy. White, same for yellows. Also, if you want to spray red on a car, right, spray it yellow first and then spray red on top. When you do that and you see the result, thank me later. I'm younger and have not much of an idea on how experienced modders do things. That's fine. Just keep going. You'll be fine. Hi guys. Why do I get tiny bubbles in my paint when I apply it by brush to the surface of my models? Any help? Much appreciated. It's quite annoying. Small tiny bubbles. So if you thinned it, if you over thinned it with the bubbles, if you over thinned it. Right then, so now we're going heading down. I shall just get a bit of a clean up round here. There you go, and the marker just comes off. Lovely. So then, right, start here now. Let's go up here. And let's go over the top of this. So you're getting onto the nose bit now. I'm trying to be careful not to hit the glass. Yeah, back on the flexi file. Here's a really good rub down. So you had a lesson tonight in getting two fuselage halves to fit nicely together and you have a good result at the finish. What I'll do is I'll link the Amazon link to the flexi files in the biography, you know, in the item description underneath. So you want to get the ones that I got, I'll send you a link. Also, if you ever want to talk to me, I'm available on the Scale Model Club, which is a Facebook group. It's called Scale Model Club, Airfix, Tamiya, Hasegawa. Look for that and join in. I'll always respond to comments on there. You can Instagram me if you've got any questions on Instagram. I'm on there as Mod651 on models. I'm on TikTok. If you know, and there's so many ways you can contact me, and there's the email obviously in the about section if you want to email me. Yeah, I regret buying Vallejo Air. I should have just bought the model paints and then thinned them myself, because even with the model airs, you still got to thin them down, but then you can't really use them for brush painting. That was my regret. I got the full range of model air. Well, what I should have done was got the model paints and then just thin them down myself. But then, to be fair, I do grab the model airs if I want a quick spray job. And there you go. Still some more work to be done on here. Still a bit of a ridge there. Probably careful not to flatten it too much, because it did have that line. You don't thin them that much. I do find it a little tad too thick. And I say it's because you can airbrush and all of a sudden it blocks. And I think that's because model air is just a tad too thick. But some people, it depends what their airbrush is. White paint dries quicker though than that, and that blocks. Yeah, done it just. Remember, I was complaining about my Infinity. Was it 2 months ago? And I was spraying, and it kept blocking, didn't it? And that was because of the white that I reckon I put through it. It was a right bastard, it was. Because it'll bubble up as well. And that was really annoying. There you go. Quite happy with that, actually. I don't know if I'm going to get any better than that. Still wish I can get rid of this mark, so maybe that I have to fill this in. Get rid of that black. Pushing down hard now. And I know if I don't get it all out, that black will start to come through, but actually it's coming out now. There you go. Perfect. What do you think? Not looking too bad, is it? There you are. I seem to have nothing but Revell Humbrol enamel pots. They just returned to modelling, and those were the paints I only ever used. I'm not used to the paint in my airbrush yet. Worried I've bought the wrong paints. Can happen. There you are. So that's that one done. Whoops. Now onto this thing. What time is it? Crumbs, has it been an hour already? Bloody hell, it goes quick, doesn't it? So probably off camera, what I'll do is I'll continue with sanding this down, filling in, sanding down, filling in, until I get a good consistency between. So I say I'm not too worried about this too much, because you're not going to see it. It's going to be on the floor, or, you know, under the belly. And people don't tend to look under the belly, do they? A little varnish to thicken. I never thought of doing that before. This hasn't quite gone off, I don't think. Is this gone off or not? You won't find enamel paints at the moment anyway, because Humbrol have removed enamel from their range. If you're going to buy Humbrol enamel, you won't see it. They've removed it. We're not too sure why. He's been kept very, very quiet. And I have asked the question as well to some of my contacts. And nobody's coming back to me about it. So I don't know what the crack is. I filled in some of the gap there. A little bit of filler showing on some of it. But yeah, it's alright. Not looking too bad that way. This one is a 400. So finish it off a little bit. Oh, cut through it. It's looking pretty flat there, to be honest. Quite nice. Happy with that. So, scrape that away a little bit. Yeah, I'm away next week, gentlemen and ladies, if you're watching. I'm actually away. I'm going on holiday up to Keswick, see family. So I'll probably try and get some live streams in before then. I've got 2 videos that I haven't edited yet that I want to put live. Good evening, Captain VFC. How are you? Coming up nice, isn't it? That's one wing done, I think. Just got to come over these little bits here. Put a little bit more filler in that little joint there, because you see there's a little hole there. But I've done, you know, the gap was quite big, and I think I've removed as much as I need to. Made the gap a lot smaller. And then what I'll do is I'll do a nice cover with some primer, or some sort of it's all a mess. And that's pretty much it. Oh, worst thing in it, sanding down. It's the worst bit of for me. I do not like sanding down to try and get a decent finish on a model. A little bit of a key. You can just see there some of the panel lines. Yeah, keep on sanding that, and then this one here is almost done as well. I've gone over that with the sander. And I think once you've given it a good old prime, a lot of this won't be seen anyway. Then I'll sand him down, and I think I'm pretty happy with that result, to be honest. I don't think it's looking too bad. And the fit with the wings, as you can see, they go in little dimp. I think I'm gonna have to, when I do glue them, I'm gonna have to put a tiny bit of filler in there. But I'll use perfect plastic putty. What I'll do is go off a little bit hard and then just go over it. But there's a little tiny gap there, but nothing too serious. Nothing too serious there. And the other side is the same. In he goes. That's not too bad at all. We can work with that. Obviously, we have to do a little bit of work, but yeah. Plenty to do. Plenty to do. Yeah, they must vibrate. I miss the rumble of the Concorde on the final approach every weekday at tea time. Yeah, I remember it being on Dartmoor. And was it 2 o'clock? You would hear it. You would hear it go bang. Is it 2 o'clock in the afternoon? You hear the sonic boom as it goes over Dartmoor. Are you going to use the undercarriage? I'm undecided what I'm going to do about the undercarriage yet. I'm undecided what I'm going to do. Because at first I was going to have to because I was missing a wheel, but now the wheel's turned up. I'm tempted to do the undercarriage down, but still have it on a stand. I'm like this, you know. What do I do? What do I do? Put it to vote. Put it to vote. Yeah. So there you go. So that's basically sanding done. So I'm not. It's a vintage classic. So, and I will get some IPA and wipe all this down to get rid of all the dust in here. And use quite a bit of dust in there, isn't there? But as I keep saying to people, you're not going to see the glass because you're going to have a decal go over the top of it. Yeah. Well, there you go. What's that been? Over an hour? We've done an hour yet on this? 15 minutes. 15 minutes of just pure sanding. Showing you the flexi sticks. Any questions, put them in the chat. Actually, you say that, I do have air in a can somewhere in this room. But yeah, I'll give it a wipe over anyway with the IPA, like I tend to do with all my kits. Yeah. Oh. Let's put this back in the set. And that one there, put it back, and go back over there. Put this one back in the flexi file. And give the table a rub down because it's dusty. So, right, I think that's me done for this evening. I'm quite busy tomorrow. Not much else really to say really. It's going quite well together. It's taking a bit longer than expected. So I'll carry on sanding this all back when I'm watching a bit of telly or something. But I'm quite happy with how the fuselage is now looking. Nice finish that. Nice finish. There's a little bit of a ridge there, you know. You can always tell by getting a... Was it a ridge? Was it just a... Might need a bit of filler. Definitely something there. I'm going to put a bit of filler on it. Actually, I'll put it in the attacker. That won't fit. I'll go on the right settings. Right, that one there. Over the top. Let's give him a good stir. Why is that not working? Oh, is it unplugged? Ah. So where's that one plugged into then? Aha. No, right. There we go. Whoops. Give it a good shake. Be enough, I think, for now. Put that back on there. Put that back. Done. Paintbrush, dab it on, and then just gently go over it. It should fill in the little gaps there. Sand that out. Perfect. There you are. Nice. And then I just use, I'll put this in my Brush Magic pot. Done a video on how to make this. If you want to go looking for it, it's Brush Magic video, how to clean your paintbrushes. And I'll explain how I made this little, it makes the brush completely clean then. Ready for use next time. So I think that's it from me tonight. Any other questions, put them in the chat. If you haven't liked the channel or subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. If you want to become a channel member, please do. There's options there. And if you can share the video or like the video, that would be absolutely perfect too, as well. So there, I think that's it for tonight. I've done over an hour. I think an hour's too long, and over an hour it gets a bit too long, it gets a bit boring, doesn't it? But all you've seen tonight is me sanding it down. But I hope you gained some tips and advice from doing it. Forgot how nice the Concorde model looks. Yeah, it's a strange one because it's not the Concorde that I remember. Yeah, I can't, you know, my mother went on the original Concorde and brought home a model of Concorde, a metal one, a cast iron one, that she was given free for going on there. So, but yeah, there you go. That's it. That's me sanding out. I've had enough tonight, and I think I might have a shower and go to bed. Thank you for watching. Always a pleasure. Leave comments, questions. If you want to contact me in other areas, there's Facebook. Yeah, there's the Moz Models page. There's also the Scale Model Club, which I'm an active member of. It's a group based on people who enjoy modelling. Look it up on Facebook, Scale Model Club, Airfix, Tamiya, Hasegawa and Revel. I think it's something like that. I'm available on Instagram. I'm available on Discord. There's a Discord called the Scale Model Club if you want to find it. There's a link in all these. There's a link in the description anyway of all these clubs. And I'll see you. I want to do one tomorrow night because I'm disco. Because I do discos at weekends. Saturday night, we'll see how Exeter goes, because Exeter are going to either be promoted as champions or second place, depending on the result. And then I'm away Monday to Friday in Keswick for a holiday. So if you're in Keswick and you want to meet up, give me a shout and you can get yourself a sticker and a Moz Models patch. But that's it. I'll catch you all soon. Have a good evening, rest of your evening, and I'll see you soon. Take care now.